Good evening and welcome to a Match of the Day programme packed with dramatic incidents and goals galore. Football at its best, but clouded by loutish behaviour off the field and unnecessary petulance on it. Well, there may well have been more people at other grounds today, but they certainly didn't make more noise than the spectators at Roker Park for the visit of Manchester United. The atmosphere was noisy and electric, and it seemed to inspire the players to frenzied physical effort. It was no place for the faint-hearted, as you'll see. Your commentator, Barry Davis.
Chris Turner's remarkable display is still very much the talking point at Roker Park, and his record at home shows just 4 goals conceded with 6 clean sheets. Because of injury, there are 2 changes in the lineup in front of him. Peter Daniel replaces Nick Pickering at fullback, and Stan Cummins starts a game for the first time since his return home from Crystal Palace. He's in place of Mark Proctor. Sean Elliott is still suspended. Gary Bailey knows well how records can be broken. The 5 goals he conceded at Goodison Park matched his total against for United in their opening 10 games of the season. But since that double defeat by Everton in League and Milk Cup, United have had 4 straight victories and 3 of them in the league. Injuries though today keep out Albiston and Moran, so Duxbury moves to left back, and 19-year-old Billy Garton is in the centre of the defence. Brian Robson returns home to his native northeast, and that makes it quite a week for Steve Berry. On Wednesday, Glenn Hoddle of Tottenham was met. Now it's the captain of England. Not bad for a player given a free transfer by Portsmouth. So the Sunderland kick-off, what amounts to a second cup tie here at Roker Park. United looking, I must say, rather strange in an all-blue strip. And it's the acting skipper, Venison, who gets in the first clearance for Sunderland. Gary Bailey's hair being ruffled by the wind. It's a bit of a swirler, but it seems to be slightly stronger blowing from left to right, if that's not a contradiction. And the referee, John Key of Rotherham, has made his presence felt right at the start. He obviously felt that was some time wasting. I can't think what else he gave it for, because it seemed to me that Gary Bailey was static. It certainly confused the England captain. And whether it was a matter of feet as far as Bailey's was concerned, or whether simply because he stood still, I'm not sure. But Mr. Key ran some 40 yards to give the verdict. And Venison shot curls into the crowd, up over the crossbar. Well, to put it mildly, provided an interesting start. Bailey, not surprisingly, opting to kick it clear. And the ball not held up very much by the wind. There was a bit of a push by Bennett. United have Hughes and Whiteside again as their front 2. Gordon McGreen to take it. Moses with the touch. Robson, Jesper Olsen losing Venison, and off the underside of the crossbar from Whiteside. What an amazing start to this match. It's a lovely ball by Robson. Jesper Olsen was completely in the clear, and Norman Whiteside steamed in, and the ball came back off the underside of the crossbar. Kidman improvised well. So did Hughes, and he was fouled. Jesper Olsen has popped up on the left. Strachan denied taking the kick quickly because he was too far forward. McGreen is up on this attack. That's well held out. Moses, massive players. Robson trying to sort it out. Oh, and he's made it! Totally fooled Chris Turner on how a goalkeeper's life can change in the space of 3 days. Brian Robson scoring in the 13th minute. I think the goalkeeper was conscious that he might be able to turn the ball out to the left of the United attack. Instead, he went for the shot, and the ball crept in by Turner's left-hand post. The goal in 13 minutes, and it's Robson's 6th of the season. And here he is battling for the ball in defence. Beaten by Hodgson. Stan Cummins. It's blocked by Gordon McQueen. Good play by Walker. And by Billy Garton. Well, the question is, how quickly can Chris Turner put that moment out of his mind? It was cleanly struck by Daniel. Whiteside. Got Hughes left. Two the other way, Strachan and Olsen. And up comes Moses and Robson. Olsen. Strachan. Goal kick. Couldn't have cunningly played by Bennett. West. Robson seems to be in everything. Whiteside. Flag stayed down, and this is Hughes, and that's two. And what a clinical piece of finishing by Mark Hughes. Sunderland 2 down, United 2 up in 15 minutes, and you don't have to be told who they support. Really fine goal. Finish was classic by Hughes. Buried it in the corner for goal number 11. It was a very, very tight decision. They looked for the linesman on this side. He kept his flag down. And Hughes took full advantage. So Sunderland in every sense start again. And here's an opportunity for Walker. Yes! Well, it may be a windy afternoon, but it's raining goals, that's for sure. Walker's goal in the 17th minute. And just to keep the metaphor about the weather, the sun has come out suddenly again after a pretty dull opening here at Roker Park as far as the home side were concerned. Up go the Sunderland flags, and we have a real match on our hands here. Olsen. Robson. Hughes. Free kick has been given, and just a little slip between Hodgson and Hughes. But he's, I think, sending them both off. Yes, he is indeed. He's sending them both off. Hodgson and Hughes have been sent off for raising fists at each other. Well, that makes it 6 sendings off on this ground this season. 1 from either side. The linesman is flanking on the far side. Hodgson has already gone away. Ron Atkinson talking there with Hughes. And I can only assume that something has been said from the bench. Frank Barrows, the number 2 at Sunderland, and Ron Atkinson both making comments to the referee. The players definitely raised fists at each other. I would doubt if anything that could possibly be called a punch was landed, but both went off. Stan Cummins as we return to football. Len Ashurst, the Sunderland manager, also down by the dugout. I have to say that in a match of this sort of tension, Mr. Key has not helped himself by his extraordinary decision at the opening, when he didn't apply the most important law of refereeing, which is to use common sense. Berry. Whiteside and Bennett. Whiteside, free kick for the challenge by Chisholm. people in the pool, everybody back. Robson plays it through to Duxbury. The linesman's flag is up, so it doesn't count. West. Bennett. Gale. Olsen to him. A little bit of afters between Gale and Olsen. And here's Bennett. And what would the referee give for that? Was there intent on the part of Gary Bailey as Garton made the mistake he came across? Well, it looks as though he's pointing to the spot. Yes, indeed he is. A penalty has been given. Penalty against Gary Bailey, who flung himself through the air and caught Bennett. But whether with intent or not, well, the referee decided that it was with intent. And Walker with a chance of his second goal of the afternoon. And it's 2-2 in spite of a very, very brave attempt by Gary Bailey, who got his hands to the ball, but the pace of it beat him. Wasn't able to divert it round the post, only into the corner of the goal. So 2-2, 42 minutes gone. And if the two managers can sort a few things out during the half-time interval, we might be able to start again. Well played by McQueen. Strachan. Daniel. West. Stan Cummins. That will be another one. Cummins brought down by McQueen in the closing seconds of the half, although time for one kick at least will not be of importance, because the kick has to be taken even if we go over 90 minutes. Look at the expression on Atkinson's face. Gone through a whole range of emotions, as indeed has everybody here in Roker Park during this first 45 minutes. And here's a man on a hat-trick. Clive Walker from the penalty spot for the second time. Same place. This time wide of Gary Bailey's dive. And Sunderland lead 3-2. And feelings around the ground of, I think it's the right word, delirium. Time that it took to reduce 2 men from each side, or 1 man from each side, to reduce both teams down to 10 men. And before the ball arrives in the penalty area, the half-time whistle goes, and Clive Walker comes off with a hat-trick, 2 of them from the penalty spot. By the half-time interval, Sunderland have a 3-2 lead. An extraordinary first half.
What a game we have in store here. There it is, Jose Perez for Newcastle United. And it's the perfect start for Newcastle. Can they halt the Manchester City juggernaut? And here is Aguero. Is this history for him? Yes, it is! De Bruyne! Oh, that's special. They're playing champagne football at the Etihad. A serving of Glasgow Derby Fair. How about that? Lethal from the jacks. Lee Griffith finds the breakthrough. Sensational strike for the hooks. Absolutely stunning.
When guys shave, this is what they do to try to get every hair. This is what we do. Shaving rebuilt with Gillette FlexFall technology. Moves like no other razor. It responds to the contours of your face. Gillette.
I feel better because everyone's welcome.
I feel better because I achieve my goals with the support I get. feel better because it's easy to exercise regularly when it's nearby.
I feel better because the money I pay for my membership is reinvested back into my leisure centre.
We feel better because being active is even more fun with friends.
Now it's your turn to feel better. Join this January for healthy savings. Visit your local Better Leisure Centre or better.org.uk.
Can we get travel insurance even though some of us take medication?
Sure you can.
But I've got my hip.
And I've got my high blood pressure.
And I've got...
Nigel, can we all get cover?
Sure you can. StaySure specialise in travel insurance for pre-existing medical conditions.
So can I go scuba diving then?
Sure you can. Our policies cover all kinds of activities.
Yes!
Buy now and you'll save 20% in our New Year sale. Just quote TV sale. Call our UK contact centres free on 0800 652 8300 or visit staysure.co.uk.
We'd be out of business if our van broke down. That's why we got a new one and got rid of all the worries.
Get your business off to a great start this year. Ask Vanarama about a great deal on a new van.
There's no way I could risk my van being off the road in the winter, so I went to Vanarama on my mobile and got my new one ordered and delivered in no time.
If you're looking to transform your business with a brand new van, we've got amazing deals, like this Vauxhall Vivaro for £169 per month.
Quiff, the betting app where every time you place a bet, your odds might get quiffed. But how does Quiff work? You're placing a bet and getting normal odds, and suddenly your odds get supercharged from 4-1 to 40-1. Yeah, it happens. Like Greg from Cornwall. He placed a bet on Leicester to draw with Manchester United and got his odds supercharged from 3-2 to 40-1. His £10 bet with Quiff won him £400. It's perfectly normal until it's quiffed.
Welcome, everybody, and what a lovely day, full of wonderful memories. So nice to see people happy. No one absolutely furious.
Not now, Terry.
Nope, sorry, Susan. This man is a liar. He said purple bricks were just online. Well, they're not, Gareth. They are proper estate agents, real people, but with no commission.
Save yourself from commisery at purplebricks.co.uk.
So, guys, tell me why you're here.
Well, we work together, and it can get pretty tense at times. We don't always see eye to eye.
We thought we could work on some of our issues.
Robbie does have a
He's going to say interrupting. My wife says
I always listen to people who don't listen. Look, we're all comfortable with each other.
Don't touch me. Always pushing us away, physically and emotionally.
It's his defence mechanism. He made a career out of it.
Perhaps we could talk about building bridges.
Listen, I build so many bridges for these, so I'm covered in cement most days.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Metaphorical cement.
If only he was this defensive in his playing days.
Even your figurine annoys me.
This doesn't look like me at all.
It's more animated.
Mine's so much bigger than yours.
It's to cater for your ego.
Just to think, you get the real me every week.
What was the question again?
So, as they say, here we go again. United now a goal down, attacking the goal to our right. Chris Turner's disappointment at the first goal, which beat him, seems an awful long time ago. Green used his shoulder. Walker inside his west. Goodman did well to jockey Walker away. And Robson back to help out. Cummins. What's known as a daisy cutter. Right side. Putting himself about. Gary Benison. Gary Bennett. West being well supplied at the start of the second half. Here's Gale. Oh, bit of arrogance there. Cummins. Good save. Beautifully struck. fine play initially by Gale. Cummins was 22 yards out, I would suggest. Hit it well. A flying save by Gary Bailey. Benison. Berry. Walker. Right side berating the linesman. She thought that was handball. Daniel. The whistle has gone and the referee has gone to speak to the linesman. And I suspect that will mean a booking for Norman Whiteside. And when will this youngster learn? There's great talent. He seems to find it very difficult not to pass the odd observation, to put it mildly. We've gone back for a throw. Walker. West, good save. Really good stop by Gary Bailey. Colin West denied again. He's only scored twice this season, on both occasions from the penalty spot. That was certainly a fine save by Gary Bailey. United want to make a substitution. And the Dutchman will replace the Dane. Arnold Muren, the player to come on to replace Jesper Olsen. Bench which has contained David Hodgson there with his hand to his face for most of the time since his dismissal. He didn't spend too much time in the dressing room. Cummins. Walker. Took it clean away from Kidman. Well played. Curling cross from Walker. He's curling away from the goalkeeper, who stretched well to hold it equally well. Robson. Duxbury. Strachan. Well, there's this to be an afternoon. United will look back and talk about the might-have-beens when the championship is all over. Can they yet save themselves? Here's Moses, and he's onside. And there was a foot in which made all the difference, and the book belonged to Daniel. Moses really quite distraught, because that was a clear opportunity for 3-all. Credit to Daniel, who moved very quickly indeed. Only a corner results, which Muren will take. McQueen is up. Garton tried to be up at the back. Crowd, incidentally, 25,405, which is a couple of thousand down on the figure here in midweek for the World Cup tie with Spurs. Berry. Cummins. They don't want to push men forward, they're more concerned that holding what they have. But here is West. One man to come inside, really. Muren. Now playing the time that Mr. Key has on his watch for the stoppages. Robson, who started United on their way, desperate to the end to get them back to what seemed to be theirs at the beginning. All look very comfortable at 2-0. Free kick given against Strachan. Another shake of the head, and there have been many of those. The referee's had a signal from the linesman on the near side. And now from the one on the far. He's got his arm across his chest, indicating time is up in his view. The referee is the final arbiter, and it's he who decides all things. And what he decided this afternoon will be debated for a long time. Sunderland have the victory, all 3 goals by Clive Walker. And the man who has made the headlines here is not on the score sheet. He was there to control the game.
Well, questions raised by Barry Davies about players and the referee. And it's easier sorting it out in retrospect, I must confess. And the first conclusion to be drawn, as you've no doubt seen, was that the referee, John Key, was absolutely right in awarding both penalties. I'm not too sure, though, that Hughes was onside before his goal. Although it was controversial, Mr. Key couldn't be wrong in penalising Gary Bailey for time wasting, for that's entirely at the referee's discretion. And I can tell you it was 8 seconds before Bailey went to kick the ball. But there'll have been goalkeepers all over the 4 divisions today holding the ball twice as long without penalty. And we're all in favour, I'm sure, of any move that gets the ball back into play quickly. But wouldn't it be better if a number of seconds was stipulated as a guideline, understood by referees, players and spectators alike, than to have the obvious inconsistency that exists at the moment? Well, now for the sending off of Hughes and Hodgson. And players know that if they raise their hands at all at an opponent, they're at risk. And following several pretty genuine attempts to get the ball, it finally ran loose from Hodgson and Hughes. And you can see Hodgson lunge back with his elbow at Hughes, making contact with his face. In frustration, Hughes then flings up both arms in a circular movement which could hardly get him on the bill at the Wembley Arena next Tuesday. But got him sent off today, no doubt feeling doubly sore about the whole thing. And I did too, because whoever you choose to blame, it tarnished an exciting game.